listening to Second Chance Ministry Radio.
Astrology. Understanding Astrology for Beginners. The Ultimate Guide to the 12 Signs of the Zodiac. Occult, Spirit World, Palmistry, Divination Series. Written by Michelle Gilbert. Narrated by Sean Patrick Hopkins. Introduction. I want to thank you and congratulate you for downloading the book Introduction to Astrology, The Ultimate Guide to the 12 Signs of the Zodiac. This book contains proven steps and strategies on how to understand the zodiac signs and getting insight into the foundations of astrology. Have you ever been curious about the mysteries of the heavens, or how you can garner knowledge from the stars and utilize it? There is much to be discovered from the heavens and the zodiacs, and the study of astrology has flirted with the curiosity of men and women for centuries. There's plenty of knowledge for you, and it's all waiting above you. In this book, you're going to get a glimpse at the power and the information of the zodiacs. You're going to get a brief glimpse within this enigmatic and intriguing world. So open up this book and have a look at the world that's waiting for you in the heavens. Thanks again for downloading this book. I hope you enjoy it. Your first steps into astrology. Astrology is steeped in mysticism and hocus-pocus that makes many people turn away in doubt or raise a suspicious eyebrow, and with good reason. It is a trade and practice that has been covered immensely in charlatans and peddlers of lies and misdirection. But behind all legends and lies, there is a kernel of truth that endures and lingers. The legacy of astrology has not withered over the passage of time, but grown and flourished by those who are truly dedicated to the art. What astrology is, above all else, is the art of observation in both the heavens and in the earth. For those that are looking at the lives of everyone around them as preordained paths that somehow the heavens and the zodiac signs control, you are misinformed. In fact, all astrology seeks to do is to read the celestial observations on the flow of energy. That's right. It's just monitoring the flow of energy. As thousands of souls have before, you are looking to understand the world through the patterns and habits of those around you. From the collection of knowledge, observations, and study notes, we now know what it means when planets are in houses, or what is the source of energy changes and fluctuations that are happening all around us. So, when you're taking your first steps down the path of astrology, there are some things that you need to know, and the most important is the zodiac signs that you're going to need to master up front. In order to get that, I've provided an excellent list of information that you can use to expand your understanding of the zodiac signs. Whether you want to use this as a beginning to deepen your understanding of astrology, or you just want to garner some basic information about zodiac signs, then this is an excellent place to start. So, without further ado, I give you the beginner's understanding of zodiac signs. Aries, the good. So, you were born between March 21st and April 20th, and were born in the sign of the Ram. Well, that means that you're a doer. I mean, you're an extreme doer. You're the kind of person that is passionate about what they want to do, even if it is impulsive, daring, and reckless. You're going to be the first to do whatever you're doing, and you're all about being in the moment. You believe in the now, and the future is ever-changing, so you act accordingly. You're all about being. This is your life, and you want to live it. The bad. Well, what could possibly be the downside of being a passionate, fiery soul in pursuit of whatever shiny object has your desire right at this moment? Lots. Those born in the sign of Aries are eager to dive into the pool of arrogance and pride that usually means they're wrong. More inclined to experience things, they shy from wisdom in favor of facing the circumstances regardless of the consequences. You're reckless, and that often gets you into trouble, and you don't usually understand the reservations and caution that others exhibit. And the extras. You are compatible with Leo and Sagittarius, and not so much with Cancer and Capricorn. Leos are equally independent as you are, and they're motivated from within. They also have a tendency to be proud and want to have an aggressive relationship that they pursue. Those born to Sagittarius are all about the adventure and the play. They want to grab life by the horns and are more than willing to tolerate the aggression of those born to Leo. Cancer, on the other hand, has no time for your independence. They want their family and their stability, and believe in strength in numbers, not your crazy, reckless life. As for Capricorn, they are equally aggressive and active, but they don't like shooting in the dark. They're more interested in taking the smartest path to success, not the present path. They like order and not the chaos you thrive in. Everyone else is spread in between, some enjoying you more than others, but those four are the most polarized toward or away from you. Your gemstones are diamonds and opals. Taurus. The good. Born between April 21st and May 21st, you are the child of the bull. If you are born in the sign of Taurus, then you've no doubt been told so once or twice. Known as enduring, hard-working, practical, and material, Taurus children know what it is they want, and they're willing to do the work to get it. They do not change the things they love, and that's okay. It usually works out really well for them. Those born to Taurus know what they love in life and have exquisite tastes in what they love and adore. The bad. The other side of the coin of endurance is stubbornness. When a Taurus wants something, they do not relent. This makes them predictable, stable, and sometimes a bit excessive. They love what they love, and they're not willing to try new things. Since they have a strong drive for material things that they love, they can be oppressive braggarts to those around them who don't quite see eye to eye with what they're interested in. Since a Taurus likes what they like so much, they can be seen as boring, and their unwillingness to change pushes people away from them. And the extras. A Taurus is going to get along just fine with a Capricorn or a Virgo, but is going to have problems with a Leo or an Aquarius. Capricorns have the same practical, grounded senses that Tauruses are famous for. They believe in being practical and are equally philosophical. While Capricorns are great organizers, Tauruses are excellent executors of plans. When it comes to Virgos, they enjoy the anchor that a Taurus offers. They work well with the structure and stability that the safety of Taurus offers. They feed off of each other and burn brightly. Now, a Leo matches the stubbornness and strong will of a Taurus, but it is their approach that is going to divide them. A Taurus draws strength from within, and a Leo draws strength from large social gatherings. A Leo will feel held back and smothered by a Taurus. An Aquarius is going to feel like they're dragging an anchor with a Taurus. Progressive, modern, and out-of-the-box thinking drives an Aquarius, while a Taurus believes in strong work and focus to get a job done. They will clash on their opinions, views, and approaches in life. The Taurus gemstones are emerald and sapphire. Gemini, the good. A Gemini is someone who is born between May 22nd and June 20th. They are children of thought, curiosity, and communication. Geminis believe that they are connected to everything around them and want to explore the limits of what they see and know. They are quick to make friends and quick to explore. Independent, yet maintaining a social presence, they are hunters of knowledge and understanding. Their minds are quick and dart from subject to subject, hunting for knowledge in all areas that they can find. They are highly intellectual and are stimulated by learning from others. The bad. Geminis do not do well with stability and the same old routine. They constantly seek new stimuli and want to know what the world around them is like. Because of this, they dart from subject to subject, learning until something new comes along, and then abandoning the old. This makes them educated, but not deeply. They also have a tendency to wander sexually, since they want to taste what is new, exciting, and cultivate new experiences. They also do not do well with intimacy, since they are constantly searching for new people. Often seen as scatterbrained, Geminis rarely focus on one thing for long. And the extras. A Gemini is going to find themselves drawn to Libra and Aquarius, but having difficulty with a Virgo or a Pisces. When it comes to a Libra, a Gemini is an inquisitive soul that matches the intellectual stimuli that they both seek. Both have a social desire, and Libras are all about options, which will keep any Gemini busy and open to new frontiers. When it comes to Aquarius, it's all about the mental stimulation and bond that you both will find broad and deep. You both are intellectuals, and will have cultivated many topics to discuss and find interest with each other. You'll be surprised by the views you share. Virgo, on the other hand, will find your abstract curiosity and intellectualism frustrating when they seek to find practical and reasonable uses for their knowledge. A Virgo is not going to want to sit around playing with ideas and philosophy. They hunt for knowledge that is useful to them, not for the sake of knowing a little. Pisces, on the other hand, is going to find your thirst for knowledge boring. They desire emotional and intuitive responses to problems. While you play with the cerebral, they're looking at the human element of everything. A Pisces desires wisdom over knowledge, and will find the chaotic hunt that Geminis exude exhausting. A Gemini's gemstones are alexandrite, agate, and amethyst. Cancer, the good. Born between June 22nd and July 22nd, Cancer is absorbed with the emotional side of the world. They feel deeply, and they have lasting emotions that help them bind themselves to those around them. Their emotional bond to the world around them fuels their insight, and it gives them the love and the romance that they exude. Because of this emotional connection to everything around them, Cancer children are often extremely creative souls that look to build and paint the world around them in a new light to give others an emotional experience as well. They are known for having a nurturing, parental connection to those around them, looking to build up wherever they can rather than tear down. The bad. Emotions, like the sea, are fickle and treacherous. There are very few who can tame their emotional souls, and that makes them dangerous. Those who are driven by emotions are often their slaves and find themselves approaching things from the wrong angles and with the wrong expectations. Anyone who is deeply connected to emotions is also prone to the negative aspects of them. With great euphoric blasts of joy and delight are also met with valleys of harsh, unrelenting depression. Anyone who also takes on a nurturing role can also be seen as oppressive, overbearing, and smothering to those who seek to be free. Also, those who make emotional decisions usually face drastic consequences and shoot fire when they should not. Move with caution. And the extras. It is easy for Cancer to relate to Pisces and Scorpio, but will hit walls when it comes to Libra and Aries. Scorpio is also a sign that is truly drawn to the emotional side of life. However, from an emotional point, Scorpio is more about instinct and intuition rather than a nurturing understanding. They make decisions based on their gut feelings, and Cancer gets that. With Pisces, it's all about sympathy and emotional understanding. This bonds the two together and helps them to understand one another, forming a deep and lasting bond to one another. Libra, on the other hand, finds your emotional dependencies as smothering and foolish. Libra feels that you should be more objective and rational when you approach life, rather than subjective and emotional. Libra tends to walk a more analytical path than the fiery emotion of Cancer. With Aries, you are anchoring them and weighing their liberated spirit down. They seek to find autonomy and freedom, rather than the closeness and intimacy that Cancer so strongly desires. It's a struggle that has no winners, and both end up losers. Your gemstones are ruby, pearl, and moonstone. Leo, the good. So you were born between July 23rd and August 23rd, and classify as a Leo. Leos are aggressive, creative, and aware, but contain a healthy dose of pride and dominance. They have a drive to be acknowledged for what they have, and are willing to risk and gamble what is important if it pays off well. They are here to stay, and want you to know, and they are all about fullness in their lives. However, Leos are rooted in something that exudes confidence through them. They are theatrical and bold, very in your face. The bad. Most people want to tell Leos that they're not that special, and not to get cocky. Having a great life only impresses people a little, and their attitude grates against people. Their flamboyance boils over into neediness that pushes others away. Though they have big hearts, their lust for recognition may outshine their responsibilities and their duties to the ones they love. Their devotion is unmatched, except to themselves. This selfishness tends to drive people crazy, and Leos might not understand why. And the extras. A Leo will always get along great with an Aries and a Sagittarius, but will clash and fight with a Taurus or a Scorpio at the drop of a hat. An Aries is going to get the need for accomplishment and the recognition that it deserves. Since both are creative and self-motivated founts, they both work together greatly. Where Aries is sometimes socially inappropriate, Leo is always aware, making great couples. Sagittarius, on the other hand, is a magnetic force to Leo, pulling Leo in new areas and showing them how to harness their creativity and help Sagittarius find enjoyment in the world that they need. Beware, Leo is loyal, and Sagittarius may need to be reined in. However, Taurus will not stand for the gluttony of pride and praise that Leo needs. Taurus is about getting things done, practically, and for the accomplishment, not the praise and glory. They both lack the compromise and tolerance to bend toward each other, and the social needs of Leo clash with Taurus. Scorpio, on the other hand, will see a rival in Leo, and both are too stubborn to help the other. They both need support, and neither will offer it to the other. They risk jealousy and rivalry at every turn. Leo's gemstones are peridot, jade, sardonyx, and diamond. Virgo, the good. Born between August 23rd and September 23rd, Virgo is here to serve. Virgo is about getting things done and thrives in a world of order and work, but also in a world that allows Virgo to be nurturing and helpful to those around them. Perfectionists, Virgos often find themselves being critical of their work and refine what they do. They enjoy being busy and are more than willing to sacrifice of themselves if it means pulling through. Understanding the need for something that is worthwhile and not tolerating what is useless, they are systematic and resourceful. They look to help others so that they may succeed and have what it is that they desire. Virgos make great friends and are loyal to the bitter end. There is almost a machine-like discipline to Virgos who put a heavy emphasis on hygiene and health to make them more efficient in what they do. The bad. Virgos have needs that need to be met, and that means helping others who are sometimes not looking for help. Dependent on having others around to serve, Virgos can feel clingy and overly critical of themselves. Every perfectionist has a dark side, and that can be depressing and hurtful to themselves. Sometimes they are perceived as whiners and critics. They are overly analytical sometimes to a fault. Since they are fact and resource-oriented, there is no place for emotion, so they might seem cold and mechanical to the more emotional signs. Since Virgos feel a need to serve humanity and make the world a better place, they often find themselves in a rut, oblivious to the world around them that is beyond their niche. And the extras. Virgos are drawn to Taurus and Capricorn, but Gemini and Sagittarius have no place for them. Taurus likes to get things done, and having Virgo riding shotgun gets them there faster. Both are practical people who encourage the others. Taurus gets the ideas and direction, and Virgo gladly helps, seeing fruition in the plan. Capricorns are idea people, and they're strategic, utilizing Virgo as their secret weapons in life. Capricorn often needs the help and the security of others with them to accomplish the things they have in mind, and Virgo is right for the job on all accounts. Gemini is a rational creature as well, but Virgo is about seeing things done in a practical sense and not in a conceptual sense. Virgo is not going to follow Gemini into something risky just for the sake of experience. Sagittarius, on the other hand, isn't concerned with Virgo's minor details. They're more concerned with the greater picture at hand and don't want to be mired in details all the time, and the overanalyzing and criticism is tedious to Sagittarius. Virgo's gemstones are sapphire, zircon, and agate. Libra, the good. Born between September 23rd and October 23rd, Libra is about bringing things together and striking a balance. You are motivated from within by a need for harmony and balance in the world, and you have the qualities to see it done. You are a responsive unit, seeking to build relationships where there is a need, having compassion, diplomacy, and attentiveness on your side. You're about making compromises in the best interests of everyone involved, not necessarily for the solution's sake. You're social, and you like to see people working together as a unit, not against each other. The bad. One of the most difficult traits of Libras is that they can't stand being alone, and the hunt for a partner is consuming. Since they are about making the world a more harmonious place, Making decisions and taking a stand is hard for them to do and drives others wild. They want to know what's at the core of a Libra, but often a Libra doesn't even know. Though they are charming and beautiful, Libra often finds a hard time getting to the core of intellectuals who want more than just social fluff. And the extras. Libras find it extremely easy to align with Gemini and Aquarius, while Cancer and Capricorn struggle to find meaning in Libra's stance. Gemini is a social dynamo who is willing to compromise easily, which delights Libra. Both are extremely intelligent and like to use that towards social gains. Aquarius is also extremely social and active among people and mingling with them. While they both seek to broaden their social networks, Libra is far more consumed by partnership than Aquarius is, but they both meet on a social level very strongly. Cancer is an emotional hurricane that makes life difficult for Libra on all accounts. Cancer will get things done regardless of social influence, where Libra needs a social booster to get things moving. Capricorn, on the other hand, feels that Libra is far too light and lacking in substance. Sure, society and social influence is important, but Capricorn wants to get things done with it, rather than just have it. What Libra lacks in stability and foundation, Capricorn holds dearly. Libra's gemstones are opal, sapphire, and jasper. Scorpio. The good. If you're born between October 23rd and November 22nd, then you're a Scorpio. Motivated by the power to create something new through their strong emotional energy, Scorpios are never content with the way things are. They want to experience purification, metamorphosis, see what lies beneath everything. They enjoy the power of intimacy and the strength that is drawn from the fires of emotion. They are people who thrive in political stances and hold loyalty in high regard. Though they are highly emotional, Scorpios do well at hiding it, only revealing it to those they deem worthy. They like to know what they are working with and harness any information they have, and be advised, Scorpios have been watching and reading people for a long time. Scorpios are also the unrivaled champions of sexual energies in the cosmos. The bad. There is no dance with Scorpio. There is no desire for games or playing with each other. If they consume you for all that you're worth to them, they will toss you aside for a better, more substantial enigma. Another trouble that comes with a Scorpio is their perpetual masking of their own emotions. Though they like to know everything else, they are guarded with their own information and their own feelings. However, when they do confide in you, it might feel like you're dealing with an entirely different person than you thought you knew before they opened the floodgates. Another fear that comes with a Scorpio is that they are sexually dominant, and that might be something that is troublesome or intimidating to others. They have great power and are roiling with emotion inside. That usually is a dangerous thing if not tempered or protected. And the extras. Scorpio is drawn to Cancer and Pisces, but finds trouble in Leo and Aquarius. By finding each other important and valuable in their lives, Cancer and Scorpio are inseparable. Scorpio sees Cancer as having a bleeding heart, but admires the emotion. Pisces lacks the judgment and the detachment that might hurt Scorpio, but rather acts as a healer to Scorpio's fiery heart. Having a more open soul, Pisces is seen as refreshing and welcoming to Scorpio's hard mask that hides all within. Strong-willed and knowing that they want to be on top, Leos are willing to share, and Scorpios are not. They find rivals in each other and will gladly test one another rather than support each other. There is a strong tendency for rivalry between the two. Aquarius is baffled by all this emotion, who takes a strong cerebral approach to everything. Emotion hinders, slows, and ruins everything that Aquarius is trying to build, and Scorpio taints everything in Aquarius's life with emotional attachments. But what bothers Aquarius most is that they are deceived by Scorpio's cool mask that lures them in. They feel betrayed. Scorpio's gemstones are topaz, citrine, and pearl. Sagittarius, the good. Born between November 23rd and December 22nd, Sagittarius is here to understand the world around them. Abstract, drawn to philosophy, ponderous, humorous, and motivated for a wiser understanding of the world, Sagittarius gets to the point. Obsessed with the absolute truth, these good-hearted people seek the core of everything, and are not interested in playing with the games that are sometimes required. Tolerant to the core, Sagittarius puts out great politicians that want to get to the heart of matters and not play around. You will be pressed to find a Sagittarius who is not in hot pursuit of knowledge and higher education in their lives. The bad. Sagittarius was born without any tact or any ounce of diplomacy in their mouths or minds. They are on the hunt for the truth, and anything that gets in their way is usually dealt with bluntly and mercilessly. This makes them oblivious to the feelings of others, even if they're saying it with a smile. They are so drawn to freedom that reining them in is nearly impossible, and often need a large amount of space that others find frustrating to deal with. Since they are so friendly, people tend to tolerate them, but are guarded or hide things from them, which drives a Sagittarius wild. Their hunt for the truth often makes others uncomfortable. And the extras. Sagittarius finds Leo and Aries as kindred spirits, but abhors the likes of Virgo and Pisces. Leo is a free spirit that is on the run for new adventure, which opens doors for Sagittarius to find more knowledge, more conversations. Though both of them are rarely reined in, they're bound to find fun and excitement around each other. Aries, just like Sagittarius, enjoy adventure and high spirits. Since Aries has a habit of butting against other bold, strong personality types, Sagittarius is tolerant enough to work with it. Very rarely will either feel smothered by the presence of the other. Virgo is not pleased with Sagittarius's lack of detail. Though Sagittarius looks at the whole picture, they only care about the abstract, where Virgo thrives in the details. They don't get each other, and will fight all along the way together. Pisces, on the other hand, is subtle imagination, where Sagittarius will often feel like chaotic noise, and Pisces is often hurt by Sagittarius's unknowingly barbed tongue that often lashes out unwarranted. Pisces is an open and receptive soul that Sagittarius tests the limits of all along the way. Sagittarius's gemstones are turquoise, lapis lazuli, and onyx. Capricorn, the good. Born between December 23rd and January 20th, Capricorn is driven to accomplish their goals. They have things on the horizon, and they want a clear, practical route to it. They are ambitious, cold, disciplined, reserved, and skeptical about what needs to be done, but order will prevail. They like the achievements that they make, and they are lauded for their vision and clear-headed approach. They adore the logic that helps them reach their goals, and they are often more serious. They love to master their trades. not so much with helping others get to their point. They have dry, sarcastic senses of humor that others love. The bad. Capricorn is on the rise, and it doesn't really care if you are coming along for the ride. Since they are practical and all about the results, they don't want to sit around talking shop or spending time on the figuring it out. They chop things up into manageable goals, and they execute them one at a time. Whether you can do it or not is up in the air. They don't much need for conversation, and they're not overly social. They look for those that can help them attain their goals, and not much else. If you're useful, they'll have time for you. If you're not, then move along. And the extras. Capricorns adore the drive and help of Taurus and Virgo in their lives, but don't respect the distraction of Aries and Libra. Taurus is about finding practical applications to problems, and Capricorns can get hung up on smaller problems. Taurus blows through those and finds passion in accomplishing things with Capricorn. They both appreciate their practical uses for each other. Virgo, on the other hand, is a weapon in the presence of Capricorn, and is more than willing to be so. Capricorn gives them a vision and a goal to work towards, and they're going to take Virgo with them all along the way. Aries butts with Capricorn on what needs to be done, favoring socializing over accomplishments. Capricorn has no need for socializing when there's work to be done, and Aries has no need for work when socializing is available. They both clash on their work ethics. Libra, on the other hand, can't get anything done in the eyes of Capricorn. Driven to actually have results and to put tasks behind them, Libra is more worried about the people involved than the actual project. This is infuriating and problematic for Capricorn. Capricorn's gemstones are garnet and emerald. Aquarius. The good. Brought to us between January 20th and February 18th, Aquarius is about rising above and finding something new. Driven to be rebellious, to tear down the old and to find something new, their ideals guide them. Free spirits and seeking equality, you will find Aquarius behind every progressive rally. Valuing individualism, altruism, and freedom, they seek to be inventive and innovative in their assessments of problems. They are unconventional, and they are all about intelligent progression toward the future. While others are bogged down in the past or standing in the present, Aquarius looks to the future with a hopeful heart. The bad. When it comes to being progressive, Aquarius is sometimes seen as disrespectful and irreverent of the path that led them to this point. Discarding the past is an extreme thing to do, and writing off things that are not broken is rarely in the best interest of everyone. They are seen as rebellious souls with their heads in the clouds and value concepts over the regular people in their lives. This often puts them in a spot where they're detached and seen as aloof or living on another planet. They like feeling safe and don't trust ideas that clash or even tear down their own. For believing in revolutionary progressivism, Aquarius takes it very hard when they are proven wrong, or worse, discarded and ignored. And the extras. Aquarius is great at connecting with Gemini and Libra, but is discarded by Taurus and Scorpio. When it comes to Gemini, they are all about freedom, and that bonds them. Their openness unites them in strong intellectual bonds that are hard to break. They make amazing friends and lovers who never tire of one another. Libra is all about equality, and that's what draws Aquarius to them. The desire to have everyone on the same plane helps them to unite behind social problems and injustices that they see all around them. Both have a strong intellectual connection as well. Taurus is not bothered with modern trends. Stubborn and willing to do the same thing over and over, Taurus doesn't need modern ideas, unless they're practical and they're useful to Taurus's needs. For Taurus, change is a distraction, and Aquarius cannot stand things that don't change. As for Scorpio, it's a whole different issue. Aquarius is idealistic, rooted in something abstract, where Scorpio depends on their internal, fiery emotions. Scorpio is attached, and Aquarius is cool and detached. Though they both need friends, they approach them completely different, and may seem like aliens to the other. Aquarius's gemstones are amethyst and bloodstone. Pisces. The good. If you were born between February 18th and March 21st, then you're a Pisces. What Pisces seeks most out of life is a unity that comes from the psychological and the spiritual. They are in touch with the mystical side of life and feel pulled toward the deeper waters most of us avoid. Directed by their own inner truth, they forgive easily and understand those around them. They make the sacrifices necessary for those that they know and love. Though they are imaginative and receptive towards others, they maintain an air of mystery and secrecy. They are deeply connected to the feelings and emotions of all those around them, making them tied deeply to the world as a whole. They believe strongly in unity. The bad. One of the hardest things for a Pisces to overcome in social settings is the fact that sometimes they act weird. Those drawn to the spiritual and the emotional side of life in a hunt for unity and harmony often find themselves being doormats for everyone else. They are attuned to the feelings of everyone and are often left lacking in self-esteem and confidence. They have escapist desires that push them toward drugs, alcohol, gambling, porn, or whatever fantasy they find fulfilling the needs they have. Pisces is also terribly bad at lying because of their genuinely innocent heart. They are gullible and easy targets for those looking to take advantage of someone. And the extras. Pisces gets along very well with Cancer and Scorpio, but not with Gemini and Sagittarius. For Cancer, having a kindred, nurturing spirit is refreshing and encouraging. The ability to bond and protect each other through loyalty and dedication is something both of them look desperately for. Scorpio, a deeply personal and fiery fount of emotion, finds Pisces to be refreshing and encouraging as well. For Scorpio, Pisces is a nurturing, healing presence in their life that they're drawn to, extinguishing internal conflicts. As for Gemini, Pisces is an emotional hot mess that needs to get grounded in a rational state of mind. Gemini doesn't have the time or the patience to wait for Pisces to figure out how they're going to frame a conversation, and steamrolls them into bigger issues that are at hand. Gemini's chaotic hunt for truth leaves Pisces feeling like Gemini is nothing but a ball of nervous energy. Sagittarius, on the other hand, doesn't have time for Pisces' pacifism and looks for the direct, straightforward approach. While Pisces is subtle and functions on a more quiet level, Sagittarius is loud and present. Because Sagittarius is oblivious to social graces, he often wounds sensitive Pisces. Pisces gemstones are aquamarine, bloodstone, and jade. Conclusion. Now, bear in mind that this is just dipping your toe into the water. There is so much that can be explored and learned when it comes to the zodiac signs that I haven't begun to get into. For example, each sign has a suggested route for business approaches, and others you should get into business with. But there's also romantic options out there for zodiac signs as well. This isn't even beginning to discuss the planets of the houses that are involved, along with other celestial events that can read the energy flow and the emotional climate of everything involved. Then, there's the exact celestial events of the past that reflect your life, and then we start to bring the dreaded subject of all dreaded subjects into the matter, mathematics. Astrology is not just reading horoscopes or making up hokey stuff that you can print on a Facebook app. True astrology is a discipline and a study that requires research, insight, and understanding of what is really going on in life, in harmony with the standing of the universe. There are few people who follow astrology to fruition to truly understand it, but rather dabble in it blindly, hoping for some sort of fortune cookie. That's not how it works, but you can gain the understanding you seek by studying the heavens and knowing your place among them, and how to react to conditions that were previously hidden from you. But to begin down that journey, you need to know and understand a basic stance of each of the zodiac signs. Unlike other mystical disciplines, astrology is historic and has a large wealth of information that it is pulling this information from. No matter where you go and search for information, you will find that all sources say that Taurus is stubborn and despises change. That is a universal fact among astrologers. It's one of the few disciplines for divination that has a central and core foundation that isn't debated or changed based on the interpretations of others. So, when you read this book and pick out the differences and the relationships of each of the zodiac signs, you're picking up on something more important to the overall goal of astrology. You are understanding the delicate nature and balance of all these signs. Whether they are the three cerebral, the three adventurous, the three workers, or the three emotional, they all have a balance and a relationship with the other zodiacs around them. By committing these personalities, these characteristics, and these traits in your mind and sealing them in your memory, you're understanding the need of harmony and balance within the celestial bodies that are so vitally important. Now, with the understanding that you've collected from the zodiac signs this far, you can take the next steps toward the astrologer's path and truly find the answers that you seek. Know that there is something powerful with the zodiac signs that draws others to you. They're going to want to have glimpses into the insights and the discipline that you've given yourself to. No matter what your reasons for understanding the heavens and your place among them, you're bound to find something interesting about the world and about yourself. Good luck to you.
You are listening to Second Chance Ministry Radio.